Hello everyone, welcome back. So today my goal is to create the Vicsek fractal, which if you take a look here, this is what it's supposed to look like. I'm going to try to reproduce the top one. We can probably easily convert it to the bottom one. So this will be the goal of today, right? There's different variation of it, but this is the one I want to make today, this one. So yeah, let me get to the whiteboard and explain it. Well, I haven't read the Wikipedia page fully, just visually it seems pretty straightforward. And this is because I don't have much time today. So we'll have concepts of a maybe a shape, right? So shape, this will be a class, right? So maybe the shape, it's going to have a center, so a vector for the center. And it'll have it'll have five. I'm just thinking right now. So should it be the center? Maybe we want it, right? Because we'll have this, right? And to begin with, we'll have we'll have one big giant. Let's say that this is a square, right? We'll have one giant. Let me maybe draw this a little bit smaller. All right. So to begin with, we'll have, sorry, this is a bit wet. All right. So in any case, so to start with, we'll just initialize the canvas as one big shape. And then this shape needs to be divided into 5, right? So the top left one, right, top left one, top right one, middle one, bottom left one, and bottom right one, right? Into 5 square. Well, 9 square, but we'll only be using those 5, right? So this will be, there's going to be 5 shapes into the first shape. And so 1, 2, and I'll just hash them out. Not here. All right. This will be 3. So the third one will divide each of those shapes into 5 again, right? So we'll have 1 here, 1 here, 1 here, there. I'll stop after 3 because I don't think I have the patience to do all of this, and it's not to scale, but it doesn't really matter, right? Maybe this is a bit better. So 1 here, 1 here, another over here, 1 in the middle, right? Well, this space should be bigger, but in any case, right? We'll have something like this. We'll have the same thing in the middle. I think I did it a little bit too small. Right, we'll have square right here. I mean, yeah, I did it a little bit too small, but hopefully you get the idea, right? So maybe at the beginning it'll have like maybe not center, or with it, yeah, sure, maybe center, sure. So we'll have the center, right? So let's say this one, the center is going to be here. It'll have a width, so maybe an int or a float, right? It doesn't matter, as we'll have a number for the width of the shape, a number for the height of the shape, right? And we'll have the 5 different sections. So those will be of shape, right? Shape. We'll have middle. We'll have we'll have top left, top right, bottom left, and bottom right. And those should be null by default. And we might want to have like maybe like we might want to have like a variable, a boolean, to know if it's divided, right? And this should be false by default. So we should have in the constructor, we should just set the center, the width and height, and then we should have a divide function. Shouldn't receive anything. It should split the width by 3, right? So splitting the width by 3. The first one, the top left, let's say, top left, should equal, and I'll just set top left the center value, right? And then this should be width divided by 3 and height divided by 3. And for the center, it should be, so this is the current center, it should be divided by 2, divided by 2 again. If I divide this, might be right. I don't know. Maybe so divide by, if I divide by 3, there's going to be this in the middle. The middle is going to be the line. So if I divide by 4, right? So here, this should be center c dot x divided by 4, right? Or c dot x minus c dot x divided by 4. That's would be more correct. And the same thing for the height, for the y of the center. So we're going to do this for all of them, and then set divided to true, and maybe we'll have a show function where, and if it's already divided, we can call divide for all of those. So that's what I have in my head, but let's try to implement this and see where we get. Okay, awesome. So let me make this a little bit smaller. Well, not too small. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. So first thing first, I'm going to remove this. I'm going to set a fixed size. I'm going to put it as square. I believe it should work regardless if it's a square or not. But for right now, let's just do this, right? I don't really need those ones. I'm going to leave them in. All right. So let's draw the background as white to begin with, and we'll make it dark for the cells, basically, of the shape, right? So I'm thinking of a class shape, which will have a constructor, which the constructor will get past, it should get past the center node, also the width, height. That's good. I'm going to name them as W and H, just because not to be confusing with the width and height of the canvas. So this dot center is equal to the center, and this dot H, this dot Y, the W, sorry. Okay, awesome. So we're going to set, like we said, this dot middle equal null, this dot top left equal null, and let's repeat this for all of these corner pieces, top right, bottom left, and bottom right. Okay, and this dot divided equal false. All right, so let's create our divide function, right? Not divider, divide. Awesome. So if not divided, this dot divided, I always forget it. We're going to say So we're going to set this dot middle equal to a new shape. Center should be the same center, so we can just pass it this dot center, this dot height, and width. We can just create a variable since we'll be using the same height and width for all of them. So const w, which will be this dot w divided by 3, and this dot h. No, sorry, const h equals this dot h divided by 3. Awesome. So width, height. Okay, there we go. All right, so now we can just create the other one. So this dot top left equals new shape, but this time it's going to be create vector, which is going to be the middle of it. We said divided by 4. I believe we'll see if that's correct. We can always modify it afterwards. So it's going to be this dot center minus dot x minus minus this dot center divided by 4, right? So I can probably set like const x off equals this, const y off equals yeah, so this will be y and this will be x. Okay, so this dot center dot x minus what x off, right? Okay, and the y should be the same thing. So this dot center dot y minus y off, right? I'm just going to put this on new lines just so it's a little bit easier to read. All right, and we're going to copy this 1, 2, 3. Okay, there we go. So this will be bottom left, bottom right, and top right. Okay, great. So top right, we should minus on the y, but the x should be added. So plus bottom right, y should be added, and x should also be added. And here, bottom left, x should be minus, y should be added. Okay, I think that's it. So in the case that it's already divided, else, right? So we'll be doing this dot middle dot divide, right? And we'll basically copy this for top left, top right, bottom right. Well, it doesn't really matter the order. Bottom left. Okay, there we go. So that's it. Let's also create a show function. So show, which is just going to be doing no stroke. Fill, we'll do it black for right now. And then rect mode, I'll just set the rect mode within the setup. So rect mode center. We could all do, we could do it by the top left corner instead of the center. Right now I'm just doing it with the center. It doesn't really matter. Okay, so good. Let me think. Wait, it shouldn't be center divided. It should be this dot w, and should it? Yeah, it should be based on the w, but let me think. Divided by 3. Divided by 4. Yeah, yeah, my bad. This should be, I believe, the height and the width. Okay, so no stroke. Let's do And we can also set that in the, well, no, maybe the no stroke could be there, but I think the stroke, we might want it. Well, I guess the fill as well. Sure, why not? Okay, and you can always modify it afterwards. We'll see. I might even modify it. Let me think. So we'll have a rect, which is at this dot center dot x, this dot center dot y, and this dot width, and this dot height, right? Okay, great. And we'll have I think we're pretty much done. We'll see if it works, but we'll have let generation equals 0 to begin with, and we'll have function generate over here, there we go, and we'll have also let shape be undefined by default, and we will set the shape in here, right? So at least after we created the canvas, since we're going to need it. So a new shape at the center, which will be create vector at center, so width divided by 2, and the height divided by 2 as well. And the width and height should just be the width and the height, right? Okay, great. Okay, I think that's it. In here, I think I also forgot. So if this dot divided, then you don't do this. So we'll do if not this divided. I mean, you could do it in whatever order. It doesn't really matter. Else, we're basically just going to do exactly this, but for the show function. Okay, so we'll use show. I'm just going to copy this. Okay, great. So over here, awesome. What else? Generate. It's basically going to call shape dot divide, and only if the generation is smaller than, let's say, 5 for right now, we might change it if it's easy to do. Let's do as well the function mouse pressed, because when we press the mouse, I want it to divide again, right? So we'll just call generate. And I want to redraw the background whenever we generate. Okay, I think we're good, and we'll do divide and then show as well. And we can call generate, we can call show once in here. Okay, so right now we have full one, which is as expected. Let me click. Okay, so it's not working. Let's see if we have any errors. So we don't. Okay, that's good sign. Oh, you know what? One thing I for sure forgot. So generation plus plus. Okay, there we go. At least this. So now, why is it not working, right? That's the question on our mind. So rect at this that's centered at x, this that's centered at y. That makes sense. So what's the issue, right? Let me refresh. Okay, so okay. Width and height for the first one, that's fine. And then after the first one, what does our divide function look like? I think that should, oh, you know what? this width and no, it should be right. It's divided by 3, so it should be fine. Maybe this value is not right. Oh, you know what? I totally forgot. This dot divided equals to true, right? That's probably our issue, right? So if I click now, okay, it's working, but my offset is wrong, right? I'm offsetting too little. So let me divide by 3 just to see. There we go. So we're pretty much done with the sketch. Well, yeah, let me move this background in here, and we can maybe up this number to maybe 10, right? So let's try again. Well, let me refresh. Okay, right? So we can do it pretty much a lot of time, up until 10. So yeah, so that's pretty much the whole sketch. We could possibly look at making this one now, right? So instead of the this one, it's basically moving the so everything stays the same apart from those 4 lines, right? I believe. So instead of x of so we'll basically have top, right? So we'll have only top. So this should be just like this. So this would be the top one. This would be the bottom one. The left one should be this, well, left and right, so this should just not be in there, right? So this would be the second, the different, this variation at bottom, right? So if we try it, there we go. So we have both variation. That will be it for today. I'm sorry I didn't have much time today to make a longer and more entertaining sketch, but hopefully you followed along, tried it yourself. Otherwise, the code will be available in the description down below on GitHub. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Let me know what you think of it. In the future, we'll try to vary a little bit what we do. Maybe some HTML, just the basics of it to begin with. Maybe some CSS as well into that, like the full HTML5, right, and CSS3, whatever. We can also do maybe a little bit more about front end, right? So maybe basics of using React nowadays, and some other stuff as well. Somebody also mentioned me, they wanted to see a little bit more in terms of shaders. So I'm not too familiar with those, but I'll be trying to integrate more of them into the videos. But for the moment, we'll be continuing a little bit with the sketches. I need to build up just an idea, just a plan on how I want to go about doing both the HTML part and the shaded parts, right? So it'll be more of a like a learning process video, right? So we'll do small videos. Well, maybe not small videos, but we'll try to do just a learning videos playlist, whatever you want to call it. So it'll be different videos on the specific subjects where we go a little bit more deep at each videos. So, but that may come in a near future because I'm still working out some plans for the videos. But yeah, for right now, I'll be leaving you with this. Hopefully you have fun and see you in the next one. Thanks for watching.